We're all gonna make it. That's what they told him in the Discord chat. A mantra? A prayer. He believed it, investing his savings, his retirement, everything. 3 months later, it was all gone. But what's truly chilling? The same words were spoken in Jonestown just before over 900 people died. Same psychology, same tactics, different decade. Right now, millions are in online communities' Discord servers. Telegram groups being influenced by mind control techniques used by history's most dangerous cults. They have no idea it's happening. The promises sound modern, but the manipulation is identical. How did financial groups start using cult psychology? And how do you know if you're in one? It's not about robes. It's about words, patterns, and psychological triggers. If you're in a group where questioning gets you attacked and losses are reframed as tests of loyalty, you need to see this. We're all gonna make it. That's what they said in your crypto Discord last night. We're all gonna make it together. You know who else said almost the exact same words? Jim Jones. Right before 909 people died in Jonestown. And the scary part, he wasn't using different psychology. He was using the exact same mind control tactics that are being used on you right now in online communities. I'm going to show you how, and by the end of this video, you'll never look at your Discord server the same way again. Let's start with something that feels harmless. You join a crypto Discord. Within hours, people are calling you fam, brother, ape. You're welcomed with open arms. Someone sends you a rocket emoji. Another person says, wag me, we're all gonna make it. It feels good, doesn't it? That instant belonging. That's exactly what cult psychologists call love bombing, and Jim Jones was a master at it. When new members arrived at Jonestown, they were immediately embraced, given affection, and made to feel special. The psychology is identical. Create instant intimacy, bypass normal social boundaries, and make the person feel like they've found their tribe. But here's the thing about these communities, they don't just welcome you, they give you a new language. Diamond hands, paper hands, HODL FUD, apes together strong. This isn't just slang. In cult psychology, this is called loaded language, and it's one of the most powerful control mechanisms that exists. Robert Cialdini, who studied thought reform, identified this as a key element of mind control. You create special words that only the in-group understands. These words carry emotional weight. They signal who belongs and who doesn't. In Jonestown, Jones created phrases like revolutionary suicide to reframe death as heroism. In crypto communities, Diamond Hands reframes financial loss as strength. Paper hands reframes protecting your money as weakness and betrayal. The moment you adopt this language, something shifts in your brain. You're not just part of a community anymore. You're part of an ideology, and anyone who doesn't speak this language becomes an outsider. Your friends who warn you about risks, they're spreading FUD. Your family, who's concerned, they just don't understand. The language itself creates an us versus them mentality, and that's exactly what it's designed to do. Now let's talk about the person at the center of it all. Every cult has a charismatic leader, and modern financial cults are no different. Maybe it's an influencer with a Lamborghini. Maybe it's an anonymous founder with a mysterious profile picture. Maybe it's just the most vocal person in the Discord, the one whose messages get the most fire emojis. Watch how they communicate. They make bold predictions. This coin will 100x. Trust the process. I know things you don't know. They position themselves as having special knowledge, special insight, special access. Jim Jones did the exact same thing. He claimed he could see the future. He claimed he had information from government sources. He positioned himself as the only one who truly understood what was coming. And here's where it gets really interesting. Both Jones and crypto influencers offer the same promise: financial freedom. Jones literally used those exact words. He promised his followers they would escape poverty, escape oppression, and build wealth together in paradise. Crypto influencers promise you'll escape your 9-to-5, escape financial struggle, and achieve generational wealth. The psychology of hope is incredibly powerful. And when someone offers you hope packaged with certainty, your critical thinking shuts down. You want to believe, and once you believe in the leader, you'll follow them anywhere, even when the evidence says you shouldn't. If you're finding this video eye-opening, hit that subscribe button because we're about to go even deeper into the psychology of manipulation, and you need to see what comes next. Let's talk about what happens when someone questions the narrative. In your crypto Discord, someone posts a critical article. Maybe it's about concerning tokenomics. Maybe it's about the founder's sketchy background. What happens next? The community attacks. That's FUD. That's a paid shill. Paper hands confirmed. The person is mocked, sometimes banned, and always silenced. This is textbook thought-stopping. In Jonestown, any member who expressed doubt was publicly humiliated, accused of being a traitor, accused of working for enemies. The community learned quickly: don't ask questions, don't express doubt, don't break ranks. The same pattern happens in crypto communities. Dissent is framed as betrayal. Skepticism is framed as weakness or malice. The community polices itself. You don't even need a leader to silence critics anymore. the group does it automatically. And here's what this does to your psychology. It creates what is called an information bubble. You're only exposed to confirming evidence. Every voice says the same thing. HODL, buy the dip, trust the plan. Your family's concerns get dismissed as ignorance. News articles get dismissed as manipulation. Price crashes get reframed as shaking out paper hands. You're not in a community anymore. You're in an echo chamber. And echo chambers don't just reinforce beliefs, they radicalize them. Now we need to talk about commitment escalation, because this is where cult psychology gets truly dangerous. You start small. Maybe you invest $100. That's not a big deal. But then the price dips. The community says buy more. You invest another $200. Then $500 bent. You're taking money from savings. Then you're borrowing. Then you're convincing family members to invest. Every step feels justified because you've already invested so much. This is the sunk cost fallacy, weaponized. Jim Jones used this exact strategy. First, he asked for small donations, then larger ones. Then he asked people to sell their homes. By the time he asked them to move to Guyana, they'd already given up everything. They couldn't turn back. Their identity was tied to the group. The same thing happens with financial cults. One person I spoke to, I'll call him, Marcus, invested his entire retirement account into a coin because the Discord founder said, this is the last chance. When the coin crashed 98%, Marcus didn't sell. He bought more. Because selling would mean admitting he'd lost everything. Selling would mean leaving the community. Selling would mean he'd been fooled. So he held to zero. The psychology here is devastating. The more you lose, the harder it becomes to leave. Your commitment isn't based on rational analysis anymore. It's based on identity protection. Here's the final parallel, and it's the darkest one. Drink the Kool-Aid has become a phrase for blind obedience. But most people don't know the actual psychology behind what happened in Jonestown. Jim Jones had normalized sacrifice. He'd held practice sessions, called White Nights, where members rehearsed mass suicide. Each time, nothing happened. It was just a drill. But it normalized the unthinkable. It made the impossible seem possible. Now look at crypto communities. HODL to zero. I'm not selling even if it goes to zero. I'd rather lose it all than sell. These aren't jokes. These are commitment statements. They normalize total financial destruction. They reframe catastrophic loss as loyalty, as strength, as diamond hands. When the inevitable collapse comes, people don't panic. They've been psychologically prepared. They've been conditioned. And just like in Jonestown, by the time reality hits, it's too late. The money's gone. The community disband's. The leaders disappear. And you're left wondering how you didn't see it coming. So what are the actual mechanisms at play here? Robert Cialdini identified 6 principles of influence that explain all of this. Reciprocity. The community gives you attention and belonging, so you feel obligated to invest. Commitment and consistency. Once you publicly declare you're holding, you feel pressure to stay consistent. Social proof. Everyone else is holding, so it must be right. 40. The influencer has followers and expensive cars, so they must know what they're doing. Liking. These are your friends now, your family. You don't want to let them down. And scarcity. This opportunity won't last. You have to act now. Every single one of these principles was used in Jonestown. Every single one is used in financial cults today. The tactics haven't changed. Only the medium has. Here's what you need to understand. I'm not saying every crypto community is a cult. I'm not saying every Discord server is Jonestown. What I'm saying is this. The psychology of manipulation doesn't care about the product. It cares about vulnerability. It cares about hope. It cares about belonging. And whether it's promising salvation, enlightenment, or financial freedom, the tactics remain the same. The question isn't whether these tactics exist. They do. The question is, can you recognize them when they're being used on you? If this video made you think differently about communities you're in, share it with someone who needs to see it. Knowledge is the best defense against manipulation. And if you want to understand more about the psychology of influence and how to protect yourself, subscribe, because we're breaking down exactly how your mind is being targeted every single day. The algorithm doesn't want you to see this. Prove it wrong. Thanks for watching, and remember, true community doesn't punish questions. It welcomes them.